Hello, probably no one. Welcome back to What I Think. I've got some more stuff on all the riots, mostly the double standard for both sides that are claiming that their riots were justified and the other side's riots were not. And I don't think either of the riots were justified. I support the law and order and keeping the peace. That's why I'm more of a, say, law and order than a hardcore conservative. I still lean towards conservative because liberals want to defund, disarm, and abolish police, and that is not okay. So, continuing with the video. And the first point that I'm going to bring up is, of course, the Capitol police officer that was killed from his injuries a couple of days ago. His name was Brian Sickman. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that last name. It's kind of hard to pronounce, but sir, you are indeed a hero for trying to keep law and order no matter what side was rioting. And my condolences to his family, of course, because this really shouldn't have happened, and especially from people that say that they back the blue, and then they go and kill a cop. So that's very bad. And the next thing is also about a Capitol police officer who held a very thin blue line. His name was Eugene Goodman. He was the only guard who stood in the chambers protecting everyone inside. This picture right here has been floating around pretty much everything that's pro-police and saying that he is a hero, and he definitely is. I mean, just look at the man. He's sitting there. No, he ain't sitting there. He is panicking, but he's trying to keep his cool and keep the peace as you should. So on to the main point of this video, and that is the double standards for both sides, really, both sides. So on one hand, you have the liberals who were rioting back in May and saying that they were justified because it's all in the name of equal rights. And now, in January, we have the right saying that their riots are justified because the Democrats are trying to steal the election. Now, I don't think any riots are justified. I think everyone who riots, you're a bad person. And I say that because violence is bad. War is bad. All this, I hate you, you hate me, let's go team up and kill Barney kind of stuff. I don't like that. That's not cool. But, you know, and it's really come to light how much each side really has a double standard. And as I said back in May, the liberals, and now the right in January. But back in May, the right was saying that riots are completely unjustified and bad, but now that the right has rioted, they're saying that their side is justified. And now the liberals are so against rioting that they think it's a national security issue. Now, I do know that it was in the Capitol, and that's a bigger issue, but the left did attack and even destroy over 150 federal government buildings back when they were rioting in the summer. So I really don't see the difference in these riots. Both very terrible. And the left, their riots, I should say. This is like one of the first big conservative riots, but the left has been rioting since 2016. And that's another one of the points that people have been bringing up when people say, oh, why wasn't there such a big police presence when it was the right? And I said, well, it's because it's the first time the right has even done anything like this. They've been completely underestimated because back in 2016, the left was able to do things like this.
It's crazy.
And that was all done with little to no police presence because no one had really done anything like that yet. And I do suspect that if the right keeps rioting like this, then it will eventually end up with the type of police presence that the left has, because the left has been doing it for 4 years, and quite frankly, the police are kind of tired of them. That's why they're a bit more antsy with them, because they know that when they see Antifa or someone like that, they are going to destroy and burn anything in their path to get what they want. And that's not the case all the time, but it is some of the time. So one more thing about all the riots and stuff, since both sides seem to be really confused. This picture on the left is a riot. This picture on the right is a protest. Now, I'm not saying that people on the left can only riot and the people on the right can only protest, because watch this. Now, on the left, you see a protest, and on the right, you see a riot. So, now that we have all that cleared up, I just want to talk about some more stuff. Some more points that someone brought up, that it doesn't really matter what your end goal is. It matters what you do to get there. I saw that on a comment on a post, and I was kind of confused at first. I was like, huh? But then he brought up that ISIS... Now, hold on. I'm not comparing either one of these sides to ISIS. I'm not saying that neither one of these sides is as bad as them yet. I should really say yet, because with all this stuff that's going on, one of the two is bound to be a really bad force to be reckoned with. So now what I'm gonna say here, that ISIS has a goal, and what their goal is they claim responsibility and authority over all Muslims. Now, that's basically what they're saying is what they do, like anything that they do, is in the name of the Muslim religion. So they basically, anything that they do bad, like if they blow up a car bomb or something, they claim responsibility with all Muslims, and that is not good. They say that they're trying to like liberate Muslims and make them more heard or something like that, but then they do really bad things, and then it just makes it worse for an already bad situation that's been going on for a lot of years. And that really did work wonders, because a lot of people really just kind of stopped and said like, huh, you know what, you right, bro, you right, because he really is. I mean, it doesn't really matter what you say your goal is. It matters what you do, and if you keep true to your goal in the name of goodness. Dang. I should write fortune cookies. Nah, I'm just kidding. But, so what he was basically trying to say was that the left says that they're justified because they're doing it in the name of social justice, and the right says that they're justified because they're doing it to preserve the constitutional election. And neither side, from the riots as you've seen, have kept true to that, and they just seem like they want to break anything. They just seem like they want to break stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to end off on a whatever side wins, we are doomed. And, yeah, that's what I think.